this is the cabin as you come down into the boat. You can see here it has a lot of teak inside as well as nice stairs. The stairs actually allow you practically to just walk straight into the cabin. They're not steep at all, and they're actually removable to give you access to the engine compartment. So here is a look at our electrical panel. We do eventually want to do some replacing here. I'm just going to open up the inside. Now you can see on this old panel the connections are a little scary. Originally, actually, we've tidied this up. There was a big mess in here. Several wires that, to be quite honest, didn't even really need to be in here. You can see up top on the right hand side we've installed a new battery charger. Now it is a Pro Sport 12. It's for a dual bank battery system. We actually have 3 batteries on board, 2 house batteries and a starter battery. Brand new this year we've installed. You can also see just right here we've installed a separate unit for our new instruments, which we've installed the chart plotter, and the boat originally came with the speed and depth Ray Marine. We just wanted to make the wiring a little more organized and secure. Over here we have our AC panel. It is something we also eventually want to replace. Original with the boat. There's actually a built-in charger in this unit that doesn't really work very well anymore, which is why we installed the new battery charger. So the goal is hopefully soon to remove this entire unit, replace the AC breaker panel, and tidy this up a little bit better. Aft part of the port side, that would be where when we bought the boat there was no stove. There is a section to put a stove. We've actually purchased a induction stove top, as you can see here. This guy has worked out fantastic for things like cooking breakfast, so on and so forth. You can see over just to the right here we've installed a new VHF. Originally the VHF and chart plotter were just up here on a swing arm. You can see the 4 holes there in the fiberglass I still have to fill. So we actually rerouted the wire down through the cabinetry here and over and up, and now we have our VHF in a nice area that is stowed away. And as you can see just over there, plugged in and charging, we have a portable VHF that we can take out into the cockpit that links up with the main unit. You can see in the back there we have a dry goods compartment. I can actually give you a closer look here, but it's quite substantial as far as the room you get. If you want to look in there, quite large. We have on either side of the boat compartments with sliders. We put our pots and pans in there. I believe at the back we have a thermos and some other Tupperware. These were originally smoked. You could still, however, see through them. So what we actually decided to do was put kind of a window stick tack on there. that actually looks fairly sharp, was pretty inexpensive, but kind of hides the contents of the cupboard. You can see here some sailing supplies. Can't leave the dock without our Glenfiddich scotch, of course. So this is a view of the starboard side of the boat astern, down below. You can see on the starboard side that is where our galley is. I'm just going to go a little closer. Now you can see here a couple things that we've actually done. We've replaced the taps kind of with a brushed stainless steel. We also have here a pump, a hand pump for the fridge to get any condensation out of the fridge. We also have here a foot pump, which actually the pump itself is just down below here. You can probably see the little black foot pump there. If we just look inside the cabinetry here, now down below you can see down here is my foot pump. Okay, so again, you pump down this forces water up and into the sink, and you can just maybe see back here, that is my electronic pump, which really allows me to get water out of the tap without pumping. This guy here, you might notice, this is luckily something I have yet to need to use. That is called a stab plug, and if there was ever a hole or anything in the boat, I would use that to help plug it. And you can also see down in my where I have a couple through holes here, I've also added some wooden plugs that are very accessible. I've already measured to make sure I have the right sizes down here, just in case those through holes ever started leaking or had an issue. The refrigerator is right underneath my dish mat here. Let's move that out of the way. I usually leave that open on top just because it helps kind of insulate and keep the cool air in the fridge. But originally this was an ice box. It has since had a refrigeration unit added to it. As you can see, the cold plate on the right hand side, as well as the regulator on the left hand side. The refrigerator is a godsend and it's really added to our cruising pleasure this year. Again, we can also see we have more storage space for condiments and all sorts of stuff. And again, we've added the window covering. That was a very inexpensive way to kind of hide the inside contents from view. On the starboard side as well, we have our place for our dishes. We've actually utilized this wire system down here. We kind of cut apart a rack. It was not intended for dishes, but just a little rack. We cut it apart, and we've actually been able to use it to hold the plates upright and in position. They are quite sturdy. They don't rattle when we're underway, so that's been awesome. So this is the port side of the boat astern. You can see down below we actually have quite a bit of storage underneath the settee here. We keep a lot of cleaning supplies in one side. We keep a lot of kind of safety equipment, electrical, some lights, twist ties, you know, all sorts of fun boat stuff you always want to have handy. You can also access those storage compartments from up top, but actually this piece here, this piece comes out and attaches to here and over to here, and that makes it a twin size bed for people to sleep on, or two people actually comfortably to sleep on. So you can see what the new wall covering looks like. It's kind of a brushed stainless steel look, which ties in really well with how we're hoping to have the boat set up. You can see the trimming around the ports is stainless steel. We've recently just purchased, or received as a gift actually, new clock and barometer in stainless steel, just have yet to be installed. Now if we look at the paneling, it's actually very cool stuff. It's made of plastic. You can purchase it at Home Depot, Home Hardware, and the way it worked was it was almost perfectly cut to fit in here. Being that we have this teak overhang, really I didn't have to have it absolutely perfect up top. There's probably about an extra inch gap there, but it actually fit almost like it was designed for the boat. I did have to trim some pieces on the edges to make sure I had the proper length, but as you can see here, we have it all the way down on the starboard side, even behind the dishes, which did involve me removing this teak shelving, but that was quite easy to put back in. And then on the other side, this is the port side of the boat, and as well you can see that it looks pretty sharp. I think it was about $25 per panel, which is actually quite expensive. It probably took us to do all of those wall coverings about 7 panels. However, I do have the majority of one still intact, and I just wanted to show you what it is. Again, it's just a plastic wall covering. It was kind of neat because I was able to use, and I'll just show you here, you might not be able to see it, but there's actually a double-sided tape here that sticks the panelings together, and then that way there's a nice seal. And then behind this, what I've done is just around the edges, I've done a Velcro tape, which actually has allowed me to secure this paneling to the old wall covering on the back. So it's actually worked out quite well. We now have our closet. It's not a bad size. We keep coats, our life preservers, some bathroom supplies. We've just mounted a organizer on the back of the door here. It's a fairly good size. It's really great for when we do go on week-long cruises, just to put all our clothes in and whatnot. Now, you can see down below the settee on this side, as well as on this side, there are built-in speakers. That is for a CD player we have inside the boat. Now, this was an install by a previous owner, so we do have some shoddy wiring here we'll need to replace and do properly with waterproof connections. But actually this thing has come in very handy. We've used it a lot more than we thought we would. And then of course we have more storage. We usually keep our first aid kit with some band-aids and wraps and whatnot in here, and then also some Tylenol, Pepto-Bismol. Now over to our port side of the boat, we have our bathroom. It has a manual toilet, fresh running water that is electric, which is very cool. We also have a shower, which is kind of nice. We have yet to use that, but hopefully soon enough. And we also have a opening port to get some fresh air in here if needed. And that is the toilet. Also, we also have red and regular light in here just for sailing at night, not to lose your night vision. Up front here we have the V-berth, which is quite spacious, sleeps very comfortably, and we've actually added a memory foam to the V-berth to make it more comfortable. So that gives you a bit of an idea of the inside of our boat, Madrigal. If you guys have any questions, any further details you want about the inside of the boat or the boat itself, feel free to just leave a comment down below, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.